In August 2026, Microsoft executed a massive corporate restructuring, eliminating 1,600 positions across its gaming division in a single move. At id Software, the restructuring extracted 136 veteran developers from the studio's Dallas headquarters. This wasn't a minor trimming of the staff. This cut represented exactly 50% of id Software's total internal workforce. Chris Hayes, the studio's lead services programmer for over a decade, publicly accused Microsoft leadership of prioritizing quarterly spreadsheet targets over the actual requirements of creative game development, stating, quote, "They fundamentally don't understand art." Studio director Hugo Martin issued a defensive response, claiming that despite the layoffs, id Software's current staffing remains comparable to the team size that delivered Doom in 2016. But accepting a historical headcount comparison at face value ignores the physical realities of modern engineering. Building a game today requires resources that simply did not exist a decade ago. The official defense relies on a specific logic, that if you match past staffing numbers, you can match past production quality. It is technically true that the 135 developers currently remaining at id Software is nearly identical to the roughly 140 developers who shipped Doom 2016. However, the required engineering workload has multiplied significantly since then, while the workforce size has remained entirely static. Over the last 10 years, baseline expectations for AAA titles have evolved to include hardware ray tracing, complex 8K asset pipelines, and high-throughput network architectures. Attempting to clear these modern technical hurdles with a 2016 headcount results in a massive hidden reduction in actual production capacity. To see how the scope of development has outgrown the remaining staff, we need to map the technical parameters defining id Software's production in 2016 versus 2026. This matrix shows the 2016 scope, building for fixed hardware ceilings of PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Contrast that with 2026. The scope expands to include heavy ray tracing on PS5 and infinite PC hardware configurations. Furthermore, 2026 demands complex live infrastructure and crossplay services. Creative governance has also shifted, moving from the relative independence of ZeniMax ownership to strict Microsoft corporate mandates. The data shows that an identical number of developers must now clear a significantly higher technical bar. Failing to scale human capital alongside these technological leaps creates structural bottlenecks that threaten the final quality of the software. These bottlenecks are most apparent in the studio's proprietary engine architecture, id-Tech. Historically, id-Tech engines represented the peak of optimization. id-Tech 7 famously achieved benchmarks of 1,000 frames per second on high-end hardware. id-Tech 8 requires real-time ray-traced global illumination. Adding direct storage 8K texture buffering drastically surges data volume through the rendering pipeline. Removing half the senior engine staff introduces severe friction. The pipeline stalls, and iteration cycles slow to a crawl. Compounding this is the complete dissolution of the specialized environmental art and skybox teams, the people responsible for the high-end visual fidelity the engine is meant to render. Proprietary engines are built on institutional memory. Severing the senior architects who wrote the foundational code converts short-term financial savings directly into long-term technical debt. Xbox's broader strategic shift to multi-platform publishing compounds this internal engine friction. Microsoft has mandated a simultaneous launch for the Dark Ages on PlayStation 5 and PC, moving away from traditional Xbox hardware exclusivity. This places immense pressure on a halved development team. They must optimize for 3 distinct hardware architectures simultaneously, without their key network and graphics leads. To manage this workload, the studio may be forced to outsource QA and porting duties, which increases the risk of day-one defects and code vulnerabilities. The ultimate threat is the abandonment of proprietary tech altogether. Microsoft could mandate a migration to commercial engines like Unreal Engine 5 to eliminate maintenance costs. Relying on outsourced labor or third-party engines erodes the specialized visual identity and optimization that made id Software a valuable acquisition in the first place. To understand why a successful studio is being downsized, we have to look at the macro financial mandates driving these decisions. Microsoft took on massive debt to purchase ZeniMax for $7.5 billion. The 2026 layoffs are a direct attempt to offset that cost on the corporate balance sheet. This pressure is intensified by the even larger $69 billion Activision Blizzard buyout. This brings us back to Chris Hayes' assertion. Game development is currently being treated as a transactional commodity by Wall Street analysts. The reality of a 3 to 5 year artistic development cycle is simply incompatible with the demands of quarterly fiscal earnings reports. Because of these top-down cuts, independent developer confidence in Xbox stewardship has dropped to 5-year lows. Financial restructuring creates an illusion of immediate profitability while actively degrading the internal assets required to generate future revenue. Doom: The Dark Ages is now the critical stress test for Microsoft's lean production strategy. The game introduces new combat mechanics, specifically the shield saw. This shift toward grounded, visceral combat drastically multiplies asset animation complexity compared to previous titles. Operating with half the necessary staff creates a critical risk of day-one optimization defects, especially across a wide variety of PC hardware. Despite public reassurances, the actual technical polish on launch day will serve as the final evaluation of Microsoft's restructuring strategy. The remaining staff at id Software are carrying an immense workload to preserve the studio's legacy. The final verdict won't be found in a fiscal report. If platform holders prioritize short-term savings over the preservation of institutional knowledge, the specialized technical legacy of studios like id Software risks being eroded beyond repair.